I've finally done it. I have turned this into this. Hey y'all, how are you doing? How's quarantine with you? So I've got this really weird idea right here, which is this one. It is a really weird idea, which is taking a broken camera stand and turning it into a crossbow. I just want to try, I guess. Hopefully this explains it enough. I'm not really sure. It's just a quick drawing, to be honest. So let's begin, shall we? Okay, so here's what you need if you ever wanted to do this. First of all, you actually need a camera stand, right? So this one is a broken camera stand that doesn't work probably, so instead of fixing it, I'm going to turn it into a crossbow, hopefully. And you also need a bow, right? So this thing is a PVC bow. It's a really great bow, to be honest, right? It's another DIY bow, so this crossbow is a DIY from the zero, I guess. So yeah, there's another tutorial for this if you ever wanted to do this bow. And the hardest part about this is the locking mechanism. This right here I cannot build, sadly. I have tried before to make a locking mechanism for a goddamn crossbow, but I couldn't. So this thing basically locks into the string, and then when you pull it, you release it with a trigger, like so. Very simple, alright? So sadly I couldn't do that because I have never worked with wood before, and the easiest way to make one of these is with wood, I guess. So yeah, I have never worked with that before. So instead of building one, I just got one. This thing is supposed to help you if you are a beginner at using a bow. So it locks at the string and then you can pull it easier. And instead of pulling it with your two fingers, which is a bit too hard for beginners. I'm a beginner myself, to be honest. So what are we going to do with this is to just cut down this extra plastic. There is nothing in here inside, alright, because it's useless basically. And then hooking it up into the camera stand, and it will act as a trigger. Very simple. Alright, so also you need some of this stuff. Alright, this thing is obviously not necessary unless you want to make it look nice, I guess. You definitely need some epoxy in order for you to do that. Some PVC pipes, alright, so they are not that necessary, to be honest. So what are these for is, one, to act as a vertical grip, so it will be glued in here, I guess. The other one is to act as a handle with the trigger, so it will be like that. And the third one is to install a scope on top of the crossbow, like that. Alright, so they are not really necessary. Last thing you will need is a couple of these, I guess, and a couple of these. I just bought a bunch of them because I really don't know what I need, alright? But you need something that holds the bow. Epoxy itself is not enough, so you need some of that. Alright, so here's how it would look at the end, I guess. Looks a bit weird, but hopefully it functions actually. Alright, so the bow will be placed in here at the bottom, so when you pull it there's no pressure at the bow itself. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. So when you pull it, it doesn't break or something. No. So when you pull it, there won't be any problems, alright? So when you pull the string, it's going to this thing, alright, which is the locking mechanism, and it will be glued in here, and also there will be a couple of supports for it. I don't know, maybe this one, placing it like that, whatever, I will figure it out. But after I cut this down, so yeah, this will go right here. As for the back of the bow, alright, so I've removed the locking mechanism for now. The bow will be glued in here with epoxy, and also will be screwed in here, right? So this will add a lot of support to it. So when you fire an arrow, all the pressure will go right in here, right? And this is actually really necessary. You need a good support in here, right? Because basically when you fire an arrow, there will be a lot of pressure right in here. So if it wasn't good enough, you will just kill yourself basically. So let's begin with this piece right here. Easy. Alright, so now there's a really good support into this thing. As you can see, there's a screw that's holding the bow. Then there is two screws supporting the screw that is holding this bow. So hopefully this is enough. And also I'm going to use epoxy to add more support to this thing. And then I'm going to hook the locking mechanism. I don't know where is it. So here is the locking mechanism after I have cut it down. So yeah. Just a little tip, when you use an epoxy, I like to cut it down, to be honest, like so. And now it is way much easier like this. Alright, that is quite a lot, which is good. That means that we have a lot of support. So I'm going to wait maybe an hour for it, and then I'm going to install the locking mechanism and glue that as well.
1 hour later.
Literally.
Alright, so after about an hour, now I can glue the mechanism. Alright, so we're done from this part right here. So now the locking mechanism got its own support. It looks so weird, but hopefully it will work. Alright, so yeah, this piece right here, this piece right here, another piece under the locking mechanism right here. That's kind of complicated. And by the way, I'm not done, so after an hour I'm going to add some extra support to it, because if this thing is weak, it's going to fire by itself. So this is a really important part. Alright, since I'm waiting for this thing to dry, I'm going to paint some stuff, or spray paint some stuff. So I have this thing. This thing is going to hold the sight that I'm using. So I have 3D printed this thing actually. Looks kind of cool. It's used for a Nerf gun. I have 3D printed 2 of these. So this is the first one. As you can see, it is just a normal sight, and this is the other one. This thing goes in here, so you can, yeah. Also I have this thing right here. I might mount it into the goddamn crossbow, which is a leaf sight, I think. I'm not sure how do you use this thing, but yeah, I'm going to spray paint them all anyway. And also I have this thing, which is the vertical grip that I'm going to use. And also I might cut down this thing. So this is just a toy gun. Alright, I'm going to open it, take the stuff inside it, and then I'm going to cut it and use it as a handle. Alright, and instead of using another PVC pipe, because this thing is not as comfortable if you are holding it with a trigger, but this thing is much better So yeah. Alright, so at first let's spray paint some stuff. I'm going silver for this, and for the sides I'm going black. At first you need to sand down whatever you want to paint, and if you have a prime coat, put that on because it's much better, but I don't, so yeah. Alright, now let's do the sides. Alright, so as for color silver, I'm gonna say not bad for someone like me, to be honest. Alright, but as for the black color, I've done a horrible job. My god, what the hell. Look at this thing. It's all soaked up. Hopefully it turns out good. Let's open this thing up, shall we? Alright, so that's what we need. So all I'm going to do is just cut down from here maybe and see if I can use this as a handle for my crossbow. Alright, so I forgot to record, but all I did is just installing this handle into it. Right, so let me just pick it up. Alright, this thing is heavy, man. So as you can see, I put this handle right here. Kinda works good, I guess. Now I'm gonna leave it here and wait for the other parts to dry. Alright, so a couple of steps and I'm done. Everything has dried, I think. I'm not really sure. Now all I have to do is putting these pieces together. So alright, so this piece will hold the sides like so, and then it will be right here, and the other piece, which is the vertical grip, will go right about here. So I'll get back as soon as I'm done from that. I've finally done it. I have turned this into this. So yeah, maybe after 3 days I have finally done this. I have done a lot of things off camera, to be honest. So you can notice right here, there is a lot of support going on here, and also right here there is more support than before, because I gotta be honest, I have tried it and I wanted to see if it will fail or not, and it did fail, but then I have fixed it. So yeah, I was absolutely wrong about epoxy. It was not enough. Alright, so I have done it the old way, which is just putting a lot of strings in here, and it works. Holding this thing is pretty tough, to be honest, but it is doable. So let's try and shoot something with it, shall we? Alright, so before you attempt doing anything like this, so of course you need a safety glasses. Alright, so I've cut it down from here. I think this will solve the problem. Let's try it now. Alright, so I've landed 4 out of 5. I think there's a little bit of a problem with the crossbow still, because it has to be fully sanded down. As you can see, this little piece of plastic needs to be cut off, and then I think that will solve the problem. But anyway, this is good, I guess. Yeah, this is kind of good. Alright, I'm gonna say this is a good crossbow. Don't forget that this is my very first crossbow ever. I forgot to mention that this sight is changeable, so you can just basically take it off like so, and then you can change it like that, and there you go, you have another sight. Gosh, my aim is shit. I'm gonna try and aim now. That's a lot better, dude. So when I removed the sight, this shitty piece of shit, my aim became a lot better, dude. Yeah. Cue the epic montage.
Don't rush, slow touch, brown and white. I go country, have a fight. Can go bust, eye for eye. Can lose trust, quite wrong. Easy but where you they go up. Catch my vibe, we go off. The lamb dies, and it's so tough.
I hope you like this video. If you do, please drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment whatever the heck you want, I guess. Also, I need to name this thing, so give me a name for it in the comment section. And see ya.
Bruh.